Hello, I'm Georgia, and welcome to my professional discussion for Task D of my Level 4 MAT Pilates assessment. This presentation will include an overview of my client consultation process and the goals established, an explanation of how I demonstrated ethical practice and professional conduct and compliance with legal responsibilities, and a summary of the teaching skills and techniques adopted to meet my client's needs. I will begin by outlining the consultation process I followed with my client, Robbie, and how we established his Pilates goals. We began with a comprehensive initial consultation, which included a PARQ, lifestyle questionnaire, risk stratification, and informed consent. This allowed me to ensure Robbie was safe to exercise and provided insight into his daily activity levels, fitness habits, and any potential risks. Following this, I carried out a static postural assessment and 3 movement assessments to evaluate alignment, mobility, and control. This helped identify muscular imbalances and assess his current movement quality. I then analysed the findings and discussed them with Robbie. Together, we agreed on short, medium, and long-term SMART goals, ensuring they were specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Robbie is already highly active and practices Pilates weekly. He has no injuries and shows strong potential to progress toward more advanced exercises. He demonstrated good awareness of control and precision, although minor improvements can be made through cueing and technique refinement. One notable issue was a muscular imbalance in his shoulders, particularly limiting range of motion when lifting the shoulder overhead. This informed his short-term goal, to improve shoulder mobility within 6 weeks, helping to reduce injury risk during tennis. Robbie's medium-term goal was to complete the Windsor Ultramarathon injury-free in April of 2025, supported by a structured running plan with the Pilates plan to complement this. Robbie's long-term goal was to play at least 9 full 90-minute football matches by the end of December 2025 to improve his overall fitness and stamina. These goals reflect Robbie's motivation, physical capability, and long-term aspirations, and will guide our Pilates programming moving forward. In working with Robbie, I ensured that my approach adhered to a professional, ethical, and legal standard at all times. Firstly, I used recognized and standardized documentation to collect client information, including the PARQ, lifestyle questionnaire, and informed consent forms. These were completed in writing and supported with verbal clarification when needed to ensure Robbie fully understood each question and the purpose behind them. Legally, obtaining signed consent and health screening documents meant that Robbie was fully informed about the program he was taking part in. This process protects both the client and myself and demonstrates compliance with legal standards in fitness instruction. I also followed strict confidentiality procedures, keeping all of Robbie's personal and medical information secure and ensuring that data storage complied with GDPR regulations. These actions were guided by CIMSPA's professional code of conduct and reflect my commitment to protecting client privacy. Ethically, I remained within the scope of my professional practice. For example, during the assessment with Robbie assessing his shoulder mobility, I was careful to observe for any signs of pain or injury. Had I seen anything that raised concern, I would have referred him to a relevant medical professional rather than attempt to diagnose or treat the issue myself. By upholding these standards, I ensured Robbie received a safe, respectful, and professionally delivered service throughout our sessions. In this section, I'll outline the teaching methods and techniques I used to meet Robbie's individual needs. These included adaptations, use of Pilates principles, exercise monitoring, and feedback from the client on my coaching skills. From the beginning, I applied strong pedagogical principles to support Robbie's learning. I used spatial descriptions and visual imagery to help him understand positioning and movement direction. For example, in 4-point kneeling swimming, I cued lengthen your arm forward and opposite leg back, like someone is pulling your fingers and toes away from you. This helped him to activate key postural muscles without overcompensating through the spine. Each exercise was layered for accessibility, allowing Robbie to master foundational elements before progressing. By around week 4, Robbie required fewer visualizations and his form improved with fewer mistakes as complexity increased. I gave clear instructions and Robbie transitioned smoothly between progressions. Adaptations were used when necessary, for example, placing a block under the forehead in prone exercises to maintain cervical alignment. As Robbie's control improved, exercises progressed in difficulty, such as moving from clamshells to side-lying leg lifts and integrating dumbwaiter with light resistance. Client feedback also highlighted that while my demonstrations were strong, particularly using exaggeration to clarify cues like ribs to hips, I could improve by explaining corrections more clearly before physically adjusting the client. This will enhance the client's learning and self-awareness. To maintain the Pilates principles, particularly control, precision, and flow, I consistently demonstrated clear, deliberate movement. If Robbie moved too quickly, I cued him to match my pace. I used a layering cueing system, first focusing on form, then adding breathing cues once the movement was understood. This approach supported better flow and reduced overload. It also allowed Robbie to develop a natural rhythm, aligning breath and movement effectively. Live feedback was always grounded in Pilates principles. I regularly enforced the importance of centering, breath, and alignment to help Robbie refine his form as the exercises progressed. Robbie and I maintained regular communication throughout the week, allowing me to monitor how he was feeling, both in and out of the sessions. This helped me to make timely and tailored adjustments. The advice I provided was clear, actionable, and easily understood, which empowered Robbie to practice effectively outside of class. Overall, the program helped Robbie move toward advanced level Pilates exercises with improved precision, strength, and control, while also supporting his long-term functional goals. The program was effective in helping Robbie achieve greater proficiency of movement, especially as he progressed toward advanced level Pilates exercises. By gradually layering complexity from foundational movements to more advanced variations, Robbie developed the control, coordination, and body awareness needed for exercises requiring higher skill. Movements such as seal, rolling back, and leg pull prone were integrated with clear cueing and emphasis on flow, control, and precision. This progression helped him to improve movement efficiency through better mind-muscle connection, maintain form and alignment even during dynamic compound movements, and apply the Pilates principles independently with minimal correction needed. In terms of outcomes, the program supported achievement of all 3 SMART goals, including improved shoulder mobility, successful ultramarathon completion, and readiness for regular 90-minute football matches. The program also corrected muscular imbalances caused by kyphotic posture, improving scapular stability and thoracic extension. The program also led to a visible improvement in posture, which enhanced his movement quality and reduced compensatory movements. Overall, the structured progression use of layered cueing, and consistent application of Pilates principles made this program effective in developing advanced movement proficiency. To conclude, this program was a valuable opportunity to apply the full scope of my Level 4 Pilates training in a real-world, client-centered setting. Through a thorough consultation and assessment process, I was able to establish clear, meaningful goals with my client Robbie and design a program tailored to his needs. I demonstrated ethical and professional conduct throughout, maintaining legal compliance, respecting confidentiality, and staying within the scope of my practice. Using a combination of Pilates principles, layered teaching methods, and adaptive exercise planning, I supported Robbie's safe progression toward more advanced movement. Instructor feedback helped me reflect on and refine my communication, observation, and motivational strategies, making me a more effective teacher. Most importantly, the program led to positive, measurable outcomes for the client, including improved shoulder mobility, increased movement efficiency, and a deeper understanding of Pilates practice. Thank you for listening to my presentation.